Okay, let's dive in. We're looking at a real clash of titans today in the TV world. The Hisense U8Q Mini LED versus the LG G5 OLED. High-end stuff. And you're probably trying to figure out, well, which one actually makes sense for your living room?
Exactly. And the big question, the elephant in the room, is the price. I mean, really, is that premium OLED experience worth shelling out, like 3 times the cash? Because we're talking a huge gap here. The 65-inch Hisense, around $1,200. The LG G5, closer to $3,200.
Wow, yeah, that's
Right.
that's significant. So nearly $2,000 extra for the LG. We really need to see if the performance justifies that leap.
For sure.
Okay, let's start with the tech, maybe the light output, the brightness battle. The Hisense U8Q, that's mini LED LCD, right? Liquid crystal display.
Correct. And the mini part means they've crammed thousands, literally thousands, of tiny LED backlights behind the panel, controlled across, I think it's over 2,000 separate dimming zones.
2,000 zones. So the goal there is
Yeah.
just sheer, overwhelming brightness.
Pretty much. Raw power. And honestly, it delivers. Testing shows it hitting around 4,000 nits. Hisense even claims peaks of 5,000 nits, which is just
Cool.
wild.
Nits being the measure of light, basically, how bright it looks.
Yeah, how much light it's blasting toward your eyes. And look, this makes it perfect for bright rooms. You watch sports during the day, got big windows, sunlight. This Hisense just cuts through it all. Everything pops.
But wait a second, 4,000 nits, is that almost too bright for, like, normal viewing? What's the real-world difference compared to the LG? Are we paying for brightness we don't actually need?
That's a really fair point. So the LG G5, that's OLED. Totally different approach. You've got 8 million pixels, and each one makes its own light. Self-lit pixels. The big deal this year is it's the first TV with this 4-stack OLED panel. It pushes the brightness way up for an OLED, hitting around 2,300 nits.
Okay, so still bright, but yeah, definitely less than the Hisense.
Significantly less, yes. But here's the crucial bit, the trade-off. Because each pixel controls itself on the LG, it can put a super bright highlight, like a star in space, right next to perfect, absolute black, zero light.
Ah, okay. And the Hisense, with its zones, can't quite do that perfectly?
Not quite with that same pinpoint precision. There's always a little bit of compromise with zone-based backlights, even really good ones.
Right. Which kind of leads us perfectly into the next big thing, the darkroom test. What happens when you kill the lights, maybe put on a moody drama or a horror flick?
Yeah, this is traditionally OLED territory. And, well, the LG G5 wins here. Pretty easily, actually. Because those pixels can turn completely off, you get infinite contrast, absolute black. Dark scenes just look incredible. All the shadow details there. No weird grayness, no distracting light where it shouldn't be.
But hold on, the Hisense has 2,000 dimming zones. You'd think that would get pretty close, wouldn't it? Doesn't that solve the problem?
It gets very close, much closer than older LCDs. It helps a ton. But you can't entirely fight the physics of LCD. You will still see some blooming.
Glooming.
Yeah.
That's the halo effect, right? Light bleeding around bright things on dark background.
Exactly, like white text on a black screen or streetlights in a night scene. You'll see a little halo of light around the bright object. It's the unavoidable tax you pay for that mini LED brightness and the zone structure.
Yeah.
Less noticeable than before, but it's there if you look for it.
Okay, gotcha. So trade-offs everywhere. Let's switch gears to gaming. What's interesting here is they both seem really strong on paper.
They really are. Both TVs pack 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, which is great. They've got all the key gaming goodies, VRR, variable refresh rate, ALLM, auto low latency mode, all that stuff gamers want.
So spec-wise, pretty much neck and neck.
Almost. The LG does edge it out slightly on pure speed. The Hisense hits a very respectable 144 Hz refresh rate, but the LG pushes that just a bit higher to 165 Hz.
Okay, small difference.
Maybe more importantly, though, is the response time. The LG boasts like 0.1 milliseconds, which is insanely fast. Pixels change state almost instantly.
And that means less motion blur.
Virtually zero motion blur. For competitive gamers, that tiny fraction of a second in pixel response, it can actually matter. Gives you a slight edge.
Okay, so LG takes the gaming crown, but maybe only by a hair for most people.
Yeah, for casual gaming, the Hisense is still fantastic, but for the hardcore Twitch reflex crowd, the LG is technically superior.
Right. So let's try and tie this all together. The bottom line for someone trying to decide, if you're watching mostly in a bright room, lots of daytime TV, sports, maybe some gaming, and you want incredible value.
Then the Hisense U8Q is, honestly, it's a phenomenal choice. That brightness for the price is just hard to beat, really punches above its weight.
But if your priority is movie nights in a dark room, You crave that perfect black, absolute contrast? Maybe you're a serious gamer.
And you have the budget. That's the key part.
Hmm.
Then yeah, the LG G5 is arguably worth that extra money. That perfect contrast and speed are genuinely impressive.
So it boils down to, do you want blinding, room-filling light, or do you want pixel-perfect contrast?
That's the trade. Bright room hero versus dark room master.
And the big question for you, the listener, is which one of those matters more to you? So especially when you stare at that price tag difference. Is perfect black worth paying triple? Something to think about. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.